What's happening around the world and what's happening here at home? A very good evening. This is Weekend Primetime News and I'm Sandro Ferdinando and here are our headlines for tonight. Minister Rajitha Senaratne comments on the delay in penalising the corrupt. Section of the security fence on the road leading to the Mattala airport missing. Van crashes into a funeral house in Korlavalla, killing 2. Gunmen attack India Air Force base near Pakistan border. A rest house constructed for state administration in Polonnaruwa was declared open by President Maithripala Sirisena today.
Located at the Polonnaruwa new town, the construction was done at a cost of 75 million rupees. 500 persons can be accommodated at any given time at this new rest house. President Maithripala Sirisena presided over a Pirit chanting ceremony to invoke blessings for the new year. The ceremony took place at the President's official residence and saw the participation of 65 members of the Sangha.
Minister of Health Dr. Rajitha Senaratne explained reasons that have led to the delay in penalising the corrupt.
We are constantly questioned on whether the rogues and murderers have been arrested. These matters come under the purview of the Attorney General Department and the Inspector General of Police. On one hand, we need to consult the Attorney General whether the 3,000 weapons of one person are those with a legal permit. Then another question is, when a homemade gun is seized, the AG is not consulted and people are taken to courts, and that the AG is consulted for the 3,000 odd weapons. This is the law of this country. When a homemade gun is seized, no one is consulted and the suspects are produced in court. We have to operate in a country where such an environment prevails. We may have changed the government, but our state remains the same. The minister made these remarks during the opening of the Rajo Susala outlet in Karapatia.
A part of the protective fence around the entrance road to the Mattala International Airport has been vandalized by thieves.
7 sections of the steel fence around the entrance road close to the Mattala International Airport has been stolen in this manner. This road is being managed by the Road Development Authority. A staff headed by a chief engineer has been appointed for the maintenance of the road. When Newsfirst questioned the director of the Road Development Authority as to why such an incident has happened at a backdrop where there is a group of people to manage it, the director was ignorant of the incident.
I am yet to be informed of it. The normal procedure is to inform the police and then take the necessary legal action through the police. There was another incident too, not in Mattala but along the expressway. Suspects of those cases were arrested by the police and were later produced before court.
Several days earlier, when a fence on the expressway was damaged in an accident, measures were taken to charge over 2 million rupees to cover the damages. We questioned the Director General as to why actions were taken differently with regard to 2 properties that belong to the Road Development Authority.
First, we need to identify those who damage the property and then take legal action. Sometimes we produce these persons to court through police. Once the court order is issued, we present our cost. If not, I think charges are filed for violating state property.
Radiation therapy for cancer patients has come to a standstill at Karapatia Teaching Hospital.
More than 80 patients reach the Karapatia Teaching Hospital for radiation therapy on an average day. It has been reported that radiation therapy at the hospital has not taken place for almost 2 weeks. The number of cancer patients in Sri Lanka has seen a very gradual rise, and an inactive radiotherapy unit is a serious blow to these cancer patients. 19,309 cancer patients were registered at the branch of the National Cancer Institute in 2008, and by 2014 that number reached to 26,341 patients. In addition to the National Cancer Institute or the Apeksha Hospital, units attached to the Cancer Control Program were established in the Kandy, Karapitiya, Anuradhapura, Jaffna, Badulla, Batticaloa, Ratnapura and Kurunegala hospitals due to the significant rise of cancer patients in the country. Newsfirst contacted Director of the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital in Galle, Dr. Shelton Pereira, over this situation. The isotope of the element cobalt is used in these machines. These elements decay over periods of time. The cobalt of these machines were included in 2008. These decay by 2016. However, this decay was unexpected. Over 80 patients are subjected to treatment. We need to reinstall the elements into these machines and the respective measures have been taken. There will be a delay for another 2 months because the process is done under the strict observation of the Atomic Energy Authority. Patients who arrived at the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital have been advised to visit the Maharagama and Badulla hospitals. 20 to 25 cancer patients arrive for radiation therapy on an average day to the National Cancer Institute in Maharagama. At present, there are around 300 patients receiving treatment. We are also providing treatment to the patients that arrive here from the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital.
ඊට අමතරව කරාපිටි 6 රෝඩින් පැමිණෙන සියලුම රෝගීන්ට අපි මෙම රෝඩින් ප්‍රතිකාර ලබා දෙනවා.
Congestion was reported from the Badulla hospital as a result of the patients from the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital arriving there. I was admitted in Galle. The machine stopped working over there. We face a serious discomfort because of this. We have to travel far. Many have been left in Malice. The Ministry of Health and the hospital have a lot of expenses with regard to the transportation of the patients. However, the radiation therapy units have not been repaired. We urge the health authorities to take the required steps to bring the situation to normalcy and to take action to bring in a new unit for radiation therapy.
Two deaths were reported in the Korolabella area in Moratuwa after a vehicle drove through a funeral house.
A person was killed in an accident in the Korolabella area while he was crossing the road on the yellow crossing last morning. His remains were lying at a funeral house adjacent to the road. 2 people were killed at this funeral house this morning when a van travelling on the road accidentally drove into the property of the house. 2 more people were injured in the incident and are receiving treatment at the Colombo National Hospital. Police media spokesperson's office stated that the driver of a van has been apprehended. Meanwhile, a car crashed onto the face of a rock mountain after losing control as a result of high speed at the two-way junction at the Dambulla-Kakirawa A9 main road. 2 people were killed in the incident. The police stated that the injured are receiving treatment at the Dambulla Base Hospital.
The price of a kilogram of green chilies in the local market is at a range between 950 rupees and 1000 rupees. Now, bad weather and a drop in supplies to the market have been cited as reasons for this situation.
It was reported that many acres of chili cultivation in Nuchagam have failed to produce a harvest. These farmers had been provided with seeds by a private company attached to the Department of Agriculture. Farmers who reap a harvest in 2 months usually flood the markets with 20,000 kilograms of green chilies per season. However, even after 5 months, there has been no sight of even one green chili in the 150 acres that have been cultivated.
We are in serious trouble because we are in debt to the banks. The tractor owners come to obtain the rent. We have no way to pay them back. We will have to consume poison. There is no harvest. How are we to survive? We find a way to live with the money that we earn from the harvest. We save the money to go in for the next harvesting season.
These farmers charge that the respective private company that provided them with the seeds has not come forward to compensate them.
No one from the company came to meet us. We have not been given any explanation to what happened. If we farmers are not given a proper solution for this issue, we will be compelled to protest against these companies.
Our correspondent made an inquiry from a representative of the company that provided the farmers with the failed seeds, and this was his reaction.
The Minister of Agriculture hails from Anuradhapura. Please show mercy to us and resolve this issue.
Now, if you want to log on to Newsfirst.lk, you can view the trending stories in Sri Lanka and around the world as well. But now, here's a look at more local news on News in Brief.
300 factory hands at a garment factory in Balangoda took ill after suspected food poisoning and were hospitalized. According to hospital officials, some 100 were discharged while another 200 are undergoing further medical treatment. The patients said they vomited and fainted while some experienced stomachache after consuming food provided to them. Hospital sources said that the patients are not in critical condition. Around 20 acres of land in a cypress forest in close proximity to the railway line in Hatton was destroyed in a fire. Our correspondent said that the fire that engulfed last night was only doused this morning. Early this morning, a fire was reported in a coir factory in Randobe, Ambalangoda. The owner of the factory said that around 20 metric tons of coir said to be exported was destroyed and damages worth 1.5 million rupees was reported. The 16-kilometer stretch of road from Nekatunavawa to Sipukulama on the Galan-Bidinavawa Anuradhapura road is in a dilapidated state over a period of time. As a mark of protest against this, locals erected banana plants on the potholes located along the 5-kilometer stretch of road.
ලෙඩෙක් කරයනකොට අපිට විනාඩි 15 මිනිත්තුන් යන්න පුළුවන් ගමන පැය එකමාරක් විතර ගත වෙනවා. ඒක කෙරුන්නේ නැත්නම් අපි කාන්තාවට එකතු වෙලා පිරිමිත් නෙමෙයි කාන්තාව ටික වීව පුරන්න ලැහැත් වෙනවා අපි මිත්‍රියට.
Colombo residents charged that the street sweeper deployed by the Colombo Municipal Council to remove the dust and sand on the roads in the city is not carrying out its task in a proper manner. The Colombo Municipal Council had granted this task to a private company. Although the said company is carrying out the task, when inspected by Newsfirst, it was evident that the street sweeper, rather than sweeping the streets, is releasing the dust back into the environment.
ඔක්කොම එළියට යනවා. ආයෙත් උඩින්. ඒක ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ කාර්මික දෝෂය හරි ගස්ස ගන්න නැහැ. ඔක්කොම පිට වෙනවා. ඒක අර ඉබ්බට වඩා දුවිල්ලක් ඇවිස්සෙනවා එතකොට. පාරේ අනේ ණයද කරදරයි.
A series of religious events were organized at the Dharmayatana temple in Narayanpeta to invoke blessings for the year 2016. The religious events were presided over by the chief incumbent, Venerable Ulapane Sumangala Thero.
Reports have surfaced that the premises of the Ayurvedic hospital in Galan-Bidinavawa, Yakkala left abandoned is currently being used for different malpractices.
The Yakkala hospital was an institution that treated many patients from the year 1990 onwards. The patients constructed bus stops and other public infrastructure facilities around the said hospital as a way of showing gratitude to the service they received from the hospital. The hospital was suddenly relocated in 2012. They took the hospital to a place like a slum. Mosquitoes are breeding in the medical boats and other facilities here. This is not Ayurvedic center anymore. This is a club. Boys consume alcohol in the evenings. I have obtained medicine from this Ayurvedic clinic. They had cultivated medicinal plants here. There were kilns to boil medicine. When all the facilities were available here, they took this to a small place in Galan-Bidinavawa. The 8-acre land belonging to the Ayurveda department was abandoned in 2012 in a backdrop where a newly constructed building in the premise was not taken use of. The area residents state that the buildings in the land are being used for various malpractices. Even the medical boats have been subject to theft. The area residents reiterate that this land, which was once a place responsible for the health and the betterment of the people, is now inhabited by alcoholics. All the equipment that was here were taken away. Then the people who lived around here removed and took the furniture away. The other thing is that there were all sorts of herbal plants cultivated in this land. We are poor people. I too am sick. Even I have obtained medicine from here. I am very disappointed about what has happened. There are a number of people who obtain medicine from here. We are depressed when a valuable resource of our village is taken away. Government officials did not show any interest towards this. That is why this went away. They are selling alcohol and cannabis here. Please take a step towards this.
The intelligence unit of the Police Special Task Force has successfully exposed a large-scale racket that involved in the distribution of substandard fuel. The STF raided a storage facility in Habarana based on a tip-off. STF investigations have revealed that tankers arrive at this facility with fuel from the Lanka IOC and mix them with substandard fuel for redistribution. The police STF said that at the time of the raid, a tanker with fuel from storage in Trincomalee was releasing fuel into the fuel tanks at the storage facility in question. The police STF said that 3,000 litres of substandard fuel was discovered from the storage facility and added that 4 suspects were arrested. The Director General of Sports, KDS Ruwan Chandra, says that all measures have been taken for the Sri Lanka cricket elections that will take place tomorrow. The elections are taking place after a period of 2 years and 7 positions, including for President, Secretary, as well as 20 committee members will be contested for.
The Sri Lanka cricket elections will commence at the Ministry of Sports Auditorium at 10 a.m. tomorrow. 85 cricket clubs will be using their 147 valid votes. However, the 2 votes of the Matale District Association were cancelled due to a certain issue surrounding the votes. Thereby, 145 votes will be cast tomorrow. 5 provincial cricket associations, 22 district cricket associations, 6 affiliated associations and 29 first-class cricket clubs will be given to cast 2 votes each. There are 23 cricket clubs affiliated with Sri Lanka Cricket. They will be given the opportunity to cast 1 vote each. All measures have been taken to hold the Sri Lanka cricket elections. We have informed the voters to come before 9 for the registration and the process will begin at 10. We hope to have a free and fair election. The police will provide a special security detail. I hope that there will be no disruptions during the cricket elections. A special security curtain will be in place at the premises and outsiders will not be permitted to enter. Only those who have been appointed to cast the votes of the association and candidates can enter the premises tomorrow. A media briefing was convened in Colombo today to comment on the Sri Lanka cricket elections that will take place tomorrow. Former Secretary of SLC Nishantha Ranatunga and Minister Arjuna Ranatunga were among those present.
I came here today for a group discussion. I must make it a point to mention that I did not like some in the group. We made amends. We will administer this as a group and I will not allow any wrong to take place. I am the first to speak against any wrongdoing. We cannot allow cricket in the country to go about like this.
The 4th one-day international between New Zealand and Sri Lanka was abandoned after just 9 overs bowled and leaving the hosts with a 2-1 series lead going into the last match. And with that, we wrap up Weekend Primetime News. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Sandro Ferdinando. Do take care and good night.